into our second fish of the session out on the floater. Only been in the water about 30 seconds this one before we hooked it up. This one's caught on a 12mm sail pop-up, fished on a hair rig with the flatliner, using 8-pound zig link for a hook link. Really strong and reliable, especially in these weedy conditions. A lot of the fish are getting weeded after hooking them just out in front. And we're actually using the size 12 target specimen hooks. Really good pattern of hook these, really strong, really reliable, and they're great for surface fishing because they're very small and hard for the fish to detect. You can see out in the distance there, loads of fish troughing down the mixers. It's literally 2 or 3 spoms of bait and you get that happening out in front. There's a few of the real bigger fish out there as well that we can just make out. Some of the bigger backs coming out and feeding, so we're going to have a go for one of those in a minute. But it just shows you how quickly you can catch a carp. Been soaking our mixers in some sunflower oil as well, just to help flatten off the lake a bit. It's quite choppy out on this 19-acre lake we're fishing today. All we're using is 11mm floating trout pellets as feed. These fish aren't too finicky. If they were, I'd try and mix the sizes up a bit. I find if you feed a mixture of sort of 6mm, 11mm, 8mm, some cat biscuits, dog biscuits, where they're all different sizes, shapes, slightly varying colours, you tend to create a bit more of a feeding frenzy from the fish, and it tends to draw up some of the better fish. Just going to try and slip the net under this nice fish now. Looks like a nice chunky mirror carp. You can see the flatliner there just coming out of the water. Fishing that actually in line so that it self-hooks the fish. There's a couple of ways you can fish with these. Traditionally you'd fish with it running on the line, almost like a normal float, but by using it in the way that we have, which we're going to show you in a little while, it means that you can fish out at greater distances and the fish will actually hook themselves, and you'll see the controller twitch. And all you really need to do is just lift the rod at that point. This fish is really scrapping under the rod tips. It didn't do a lot coming in, but it's decided it's going to give me a run for its money now. It's nearly ready. Maybe not. It's going on another run. You can see it's got quite deep margins, the line angle going down into the water. This fish is diving down the marginal shelf. Still a few heads poking out in the distance feeding. So once we've got this one in the net, a couple more spoms of bait to bring the majority of the fish back onto the surface, and hopefully we'll be able to cast out and hook one up again in quick succession. It's always good to try and feed your swim if you've got the opportunity with floaters before casting out. Just gives the fish a little bit of time to build some confidence, making them far easier to hook. There we go. Number 2 in the net. We're going to get this one out now and show you what it looks like. There we go, there's the result of that epic battle. 20 pound 2 ounces of mirror carp. I think this is one of the name fish in the lake. This one's known as goggle eye. You can see for obvious reasons if I hold it head on there. Taken on the size 12 target hook, 12mm sail pop-up as a hook bait, and 8-pound zig link. We're going to slip this one back, show you how we set up the rod, and then hopefully we'll have a few more fish to show you. Just going to talk you through the tackle that we're using today for the surface fishing. To begin with, the rod and reel, I'm using a 2.5 pound test curve rod, and I've matched that with a medium sized reel. Reason for that is it's a lot softer, a lot more forgiving when the fish are on light lines with the surface fishing. So we've got our main line, 12-pound Pro Carp today. This one's a light blend, and this is really strong, durable line. It's great for the weedy conditions that we've got here today, and it's also a nice colour that blends in with the surface weed and the environment we're in today. We've got a controller float. This is the flatliner from Gardner. This is a medium one. They come with 3 different sizes, and it's been fixed to the line a little bit differently so that it acts as a bolt effect. It's very similar to an inline lead when set up. What we've done is we passed the line through the top eye, threaded it down the back of the controller, and then we've actually passed the line through the little eyelet at the bottom and then attached a size 12 covert ring swivel. That then fits into the bottom of the controller, making it semi-fixed, very similar to an inline lead, so that when the fish take the bait and move off, the hook link tightens and the weight of the controller actually hooks the fish. Attached to the ring of the ring swivel is our hook link. This one's about 3.5 foot in length. Normally I'd use them a lot longer, but the fish are taken with so much confidence now that I've shortened it down to hopefully try and get quicker bites. This is the 8-pound zig link. Very strong, very invisible, so that the fish can't see the hook bait and suss anything's wrong. And then right on the end is a size 12 target specimen hook. I really like these hooks for my surface fishing because they're very small but very strong and reliable, and they have a nice beak point. For a hook bait, I'm just using a 12mm cell pop-up boilie, and it seems to be blending in well enough with the freebies that the fish are taking it with confidence. Nothing too complicated, nice and simple. So we're going to cast this one out now with the fish that are feeding behind us, and hopefully we can have a few more fish.